So how I started winning. I honestly don't know where I want to go with this video at all. This is more like a spontaneous decision. I think I want to start making more of like mindset videos for y'all, like where I'm at along this journey. Like if I go through the same struggles as you guys, or just a gist of how I'm feeling throughout this trendy journey. Now, currently I'm 18 years old. I graduated high school around 3 months ago in June. I turned 18 in June, which actually allowed me the ability to start trading. And I started trading June 25th, I think, of 2025. It is currently September 13th, 2025. And this is how I started winning. So let's get right into it. Y'all, of course, will see on my trade journal recap tomorrow that I'll post, which is just me essentially going over my trade journal for week 3 of me journaling my trades, actually. And honestly, I want to give y'all my mindset on what I think is working. So to get into that, I want to give y'all a brief backstory. Eventually, I'll tell y'all the backstory, the full things that I go through right now as a trader, but that's eventually down the line. But I've been into the stock market, stocks overall in general, so I knew how to read charts and lines, and I knew what the trend of the market was well before 18, around like 16 years old. I actually got my first Cash App account, and I asked my parents, could I invest? Like, could I look at stocks? Could I just put money in these things as well as Bitcoin? And honestly, I made no real money there. Sorry for the kids in the background. But being honest, I would invest money into these not knowing what I was doing, but I knew the experience would eventually help me later on in life. Now, fast forward to 2 months ago, I got into trading because constantly over and over and over, I would get this feeling that I was wasting my life. Like, yeah, I've been doing YouTube on my vlog channel, not as consistent as I would like to be, but honestly, there's not too much to vlog at the current state I am at life right now. Me and my brothers, we would just be playing the game all day. And one moment, I just started thinking, I'm 18. I have no excuses anymore. Prior to being 18, when I tried drop shipping, when I tried SMMA, when I tried copywriting, when I tried freelance, sorry, my mind just fogged for these kids. When I tried freelance property selling, you needed to be 18 for these things. You needed your social securities to be valid so that you can receive money from these things. And now that I finally turned 18, I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So constantly over and over, I'll be scrolling TikTok, Instagram, and I'll be seeing these reels of like, oh, day trading. I made 1K in a day. I made 20 bands in a day. And I came across TJR a few times, and it was like, I would like the videos, but I never really knew what it was. But I would constantly hear my brother, oh, day trading, or my cousin, Forex trading. And I was like, what is this? So eventually, I said, instead of us playing the game, instead of us competing every single day to see who's the best in Call of Duty, Fortnite, or these random ass games that just waste time, I chose to say, okay, I'll pursue what you guys see something in and adapt it for myself, and we'll compete against that. I said, fuck the game. Let's stop all this right now because we're grown men, and let's try trading. Fast forward, me and my brother start trading. As the previous video, I blew 2 funded evaluations. Then I passed my first funded evaluations. It was on gold. Gold, I just traded trends. Like, it wasn't no trend strategy. It's just I noticed that at 6 a.m. during this particular segment of gold's history, it would always spike. And I passed my eval based off trends. Because knowing me from 16, investing in stocks is wasting money, I knew that sometimes markets would trend. So after seeing gold trend for like 2 days, I was like, okay, I bet it happened the 3rd day, then the 4th, then the 5th, until it breaks this trend. And all in all, I passed that funded. Me passing this funded surged so much belief in myself. And this is what really got me started down this trading journey, this rabbit hole, this deep dive. Next thing you know, I blow the funded account. My mentality hit an all-time low. The amount of demotivated I got off of this changed my entire perspective on what this journey would actually become. Fast forward down the line, August 1st. Weeks prior, I been knew Trump's tariffs were coming back. I been knew this would be such a high impact news event that I'm willing to full port a live account with all my savings. And that's what I did. At the time, I had $1,000. I put that all into a live account and I full ported on puts. I watched the money grow. When I tell you, I seen my money move faster than I've ever seen a paycheck come into my account. The amount of fulfillment I got in that moment because of my ability to read trends, my ability to predict where the market would go, was a different level of freedom. Not literal physical freedom, but spiritual freedom. It gave me so much hope of the ability to live for yourself. And then I lost it all. This showed me what trading really was. A month and a half after that, I lost every single day. Not one time did I win. No break evens, no winning days, only losing days. Every 2 weeks, I would buy a new evaluation and keep trying. Now, you may be thinking, you didn't full port no more after that? Honestly, no. After turning one into $3,000 and then losing it all, that was all my savings. That taught me a vast lesson of risk management. I looked up one video, how to risk manage, so I followed it. The most I trade now is 1% of an account, and that's the utmost. Personally, my psychology has been more in tuned. And I can't say this was just a birth-given thing because I started self-improvement back when I was 15. If you don't know, there's a creator named Hamza and Med who taught me core values that I still use to today with my psychology. So that has never been a vast problem, but I still did experience FOMO. I still did experience full porting when I first started. So you will go through that part. But it took me consistently every single day. I would look up a video. I would find one strategy. Everybody said one strategy, so I stuck to ICT. Since the beginning, I didn't trade trend lines. I didn't trade ICC. I didn't trade support and resistance. I traded ICT. Specifically, fair value gaps, SMT divergences, and honestly, I think that's really it. There was no other confluence that I needed. I tried my hardest to become great in those two things. Next up, I focused one pair. I switched over from gold because gold was such a random trend that I wasn't comfortable with it, to NASDAQ and ES. At the time, I was watching TJR when he taught me the ICT strategy. I took what he traded and did it for myself and followed just that one pair. For a month and a half, I'm still losing, but I'm seeing small progress. Eventually, I blew my 5th funded eval in a row. I hit an all-time low once more. I think that's around the time when I posted that video, should I quit trading? Going through this journey, you will have to fight your own doubts. You would have to have faith in yourself. I'm not trying to sit here and act like I'm some crazy financial advisor, but I'm telling you what has started to work for me. I said, let's start taking this serious. Left, right, center, every psychology video I would watch, they would say journal. So I started journaling. Every psychology video I watched, they would say back test. So I started back testing. They would always mention, don't look for a trade. Be an observer of the market and start to react to what the market gives you. And if you see your setup, enter. These are just some of the things that I've started to adapt into myself. I've set rules for myself. I've set my ICT strategy for myself. I only look for fair value gaps, SMT divergences. I couldn't even tell you what an order block is. I know major draws on liquidity. I know how to determine my bias. I can't say I'm 100%, but I can tell you it's progressing. I can tell you I have so much faith in this becoming a reality that I put in 100% every single day. And I feel those are what have made me start to win. I went a month and a half straight, only losses. Journaling. Around 2 weeks into my journaling, I was able to nitpick every single week what I was missing. Week 1, I was shit at determining my major draws on liquidity. So that entire next week, I focused draws on liquidity and was able to start to understand it. I didn't become perfect now. I was able to understand major draws, so I would at least be able to determine where the market wanted to go next. After week 2, this was an important key moment in time. I realized I was able to find entries, but my execution was trash. I would always either place my stop loss too short, or I would enter in at the wrong time. Majority of the move has already played out when I found an entry. That same day, I stumbled across Patrick's PDI model, PB trading. Now, don't get me wrong, this was a leaked video, but it was like something told me, we'll give you the keys. You just need to find the door. You need to find your door. I watched that execution model video and I stuck to it. I've only been trading that model. If I don't see it, I don't trade. I've realized I take less trades during the week. I've realized I lose less. I've realized I actually start to win. All in all, what I would like to say that I've got from this is learning from your mistakes and sticking to your rules. Stick to one strategy, watch one mentor, trade one model, and risk 1%. Do this for as long as you can every single day. I'm 1 month in now. Tomorrow y'all see the 3-week trade recap. This is the first time I've ever been up on an evaluation since the first one. Sooner or later, you guys are gonna see how I passed my first funded evaluation for real this time. And soon after that, you will see a payout. Why am I so confident in this? Because I follow my rules every single day. Week 1, 3 out of 5 of the days, I followed my rules. Week 2 was to improve. 4 out of 5 of the days on week 2, I followed my rules. Week 3 was to improve. This time I wanted a full week of following my rules, my risk management, and my strategy. 5 days in, 5 out of 5 times we followed our rules. And this week I actually started winning. This was the week that I went from a trader who couldn't even find an execution on the chart, who couldn't even predict where the market wanted to go within the next 5 minutes, a trader who couldn't even get a win to save his life, to someone who actually is up on an eval, to someone who's actually making progress. Now, you may be watching this and like, okay, you're up on an eval. What I'm trying to convey is it's not about being up on an eval. It's not about that I'm actually winning. It's about that I'm following my rules. It's about that I'm creating the habits that will make me a profitable trader. It's not about how much money I've made. It's not about how far I'm into the eval. It's not about getting my first payout. It's about learning the skill to trade that will eventually take me way further in life, that will eventually give me the ability to make a consistent income without having to clock into a 9 to 5 when I don't feel like it. Will give me an ability to have the freedom that I want, especially in the time that we are in right now, where everybody seems hopeless, where everybody seems like they don't know what they want to do with their life, where everybody feels like they have to follow suit into the path that their parents have followed. And I accepted that that will not be me. Stay tuned for future videos. The next goal is to follow my rules for 1 month straight. Every psychology video says once you reach that 1 month mark of being able to actually follow your rules, you may get your first payout and you will realize what it takes to actually be profitable. It's not about trading every single day, getting a winning trade. A winning trade is following your rules. You could lose in your strategy. That was just a probability. It's all a statistic at the end of the day. So if you follow your strategy, you follow your rules every single day, what you can't control will remain uncontrollable, but you controlled what you could. You stuck to your strat. You stuck to your rules. You did everything you could. You found an A+ setup and you traded it. Probability wasn't on your side. So you know this time, okay, it's not me, it was the market. So you do it again the next day and you win. You realize I am only changing what I can change. I'm only changing me. And if I follow the same rules, the same structure, the same strat, the same pair, the same mentor every single day, I know what I have to change. I know what I need to improve. Instead of trading a different model, trading a different strat, and you not knowing where to look. You overanalyzing the market, not even knowing what you should take. At that point, it's not probability. Because there's no probability when you're combining 30 different probabilities. Sorry if you didn't understand that. Maybe your brain is too puny to understand, especially if you can't stick to one strat. So since day one, I've been sticking to one strat. Since day one, I've stuck to one pair. Since day one, I've stuck to one model. Since day one of this trading journal, I've stuck to 1% risk management. And we will continue to follow our rules. See you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.